Okay, I'm going to review several of the problems you'll have on your factoring quiz. These problems can be found on your practice quiz. Number 1, 3x squared plus 12x plus 12. This is a trinomial. With a trinomial or a binomial, always try and factor out a common monomial term if you can. 3x squared plus 12x plus 12. Well, what's common? What's the greatest common factor of 3x squared, 12x, and 12? Well, it's going to be 3. So 3 will be one factor. So I'll factor out a 3. And let's see here what we have left. 3x squared divided by 3 gives me x squared. 12x divided by 3 gives me 4x. And 12 divided by 3 gives me 4. So 3 times x squared plus 4x plus 4 are two factors of 3x squared plus 12x plus 12. Now I have a trinomial left over, x squared plus 4x plus 4. I'm going to see if I can factor that as a product of two binomials, and I can. So I'll try and factor x squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay. X times x is x squared. Well, factors of 4 that add up to the middle term 4 are 2 and 2. And both of those factors will be positive. How do we know? Anytime this third term is positive, look at the sign of the second term. That will tell you the sign of your two factors, positive and positive. Okay? So completely factored, 3x squared plus 12x plus 12 is equal to 3 times x plus 2 times x plus 2. Number 2, I have a binomial. Let's see here. What can I factor out first? Yes, I have 4, which is common to 4x squared and 36. So I'll factor out a 4. 4 is one of the factors. And let's see here what I have left. 4x squared divided by 4 is x squared, and 36 divided by 4 is 9. So 4 times x squared minus 9 will give me 4x squared minus 36. But here I notice x squared minus 9 is a difference of squares, and I can factor that. So factors of x squared minus 9, if you remember how to factor a difference of squares, is going to be x minus 3 times x plus 3. So 4x squared minus 36 completely factored is equal to 4 times x minus 3 times x plus 3. Completely factored. Number 3, x squared plus 12x plus 27. Well, I see I don't have any common monomial term, so I'm just going to try and factor this as a product of two binomials. X times x is x squared. Well, factors of 27, and that add up to 12. That's going to be 3 and 9. Again, because my third term is positive, I look to my second term to see what will be the sign of both of those factors. It's going to be positive. Positive 3 plus positive 9 gives you a positive 12. And 3 times 9 gives you 27. So completely factored, x squared plus 12x plus 27 is equal to x plus 3 times x plus 9. Number 4, x squared minus 5x minus 14. There's no common monomial term, so I'll just factor this as a product of two binomials if I can. X times x is x squared. Now here I notice that 14 is negative. The only way you can get a negative is by multiplying a positive times a negative. Okay, so I'm going to have a positive number and a negative number. Now what are factors of 14? Whose difference is minus 5? That's going to be 7 and 2. And my largest factor, 7, will be negative. How do I know? Because the sign of the second term tells me that. So 7 will be negative, and 2 will be positive. A positive 2 plus a negative 7 gives you a negative 5. And 2 times negative 7 gives you negative 14. So completely factor x squared minus 5x minus 14 is equal to x plus 2 times x minus 7. Number 5, x squared minus 15x plus 36. Again, I have no common monomial term, so I'll factor this as a product of two binomials. X times x is x squared. Here I have a positive 36. And here I have a negative 15. Now the only way I can get a positive is by taking a positive times a positive or a negative times a negative. What is it going to be? Well, it's going to be a negative. The sign of the second term tells me that. Now what are factors of 36 that add up to 15? Well, they're 3 and 12. So negative 3 plus negative 12 gives me negative 15. And negative 3 times negative 12 gives me a positive 36. So completely factor x squared minus 5x plus 36 is equal to x minus 3 times x minus 12.